is something called neurologic music therapy. Probably all day long, whenever music has been played, you were moving. You couldn't help it. Tap your foot, you kind of move. And there's a rhythm that it creates in you. And so the motor neurons are very much stimulated by music. And that's a theory of this sort of structured auditory language. And there's a number of theories, but it really does work. And a good example is Gabby Giffords. You all know the story about Gabby. She was a significant traumatic brain injury caused by a bullet wound to the head, and she had to relearn to speak. And so there are two things involved in speech. There's the motor issues of the actual muscle control, and then there's the cognitive issues. And so she had to relearn both of those. And so part of her speech therapy was singing the notes. She couldn't say them, but she could sing the words. And so no different than other traumatic brain injuries, both military, sports-related, and in this case, traumatic, and that's called melodic intonation therapy, and I just think that's fascinating stuff. And then music and rehabilitation, this is our final thing. I have never been to a place where athletes are rehabbing that there wasn't something playing. And it's interesting. In fact, it's kind of the joke as to what we're going to play. The same thing happened in the operating room. And I don't know this, but most all surgeons have some sort of music playing in the background. And so it is the one time that the surgeon is in charge of everything. You think they're in charge of the surgery, but actually the anesthesiologist is in charge of the surgery. They're in charge of the music, okay? And so that's important. And in fact, our sports medicine fellows, actually they submit their playlist to the OR, before they even submit their cart of what they want to do. There's a rhythm. There's opening music, there's critical music, going to the shoulder, there's closing music, and there's a rhythm. There's a rhythm to that. And any surgeon, I think, will tell you that there's something about that. And if they don't have that, it's like the person who, like me, who if I were not to bring my iPod, I couldn't run. I mean, apparently it's not possible.
If I have a performance coming up, I will do this kind of visualization. I'll try to imagine what it's going to feel like to walk out on the stage in front of an audience and bow and sit down.